Yeah, I don't have a new intro yet. But anyway, welcome to my review of Contrast. It's a game about shadows, and yeah, it's about shadows. Let's take a look at it. Contrast is a puzzle platforming game made by Compulsion Games. It was released digitally on PlayStation 3 and 4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and PC. I'll be looking at the PC version of this game, and I'll just preface this review by saying that my PC isn't exactly great with more recent games, so take any complaints of technical issues with a grain of salt. Contrast takes place in the early 1920s. It's about a young girl named Dee Dee and her imaginary friend Dawn. Dee Dee's mother is a singer and her dad is a bit of a deadbeat. The game starts with Dee Dee sneaking out at night to watch her mother's performance at a cabaret. She sees her dad there as well and finds out that he's trying to open a circus starring a famous magician. The only problem is he got the money to do this from gangsters, and if the circus fails, he's totally screwed. So when things inevitably go wrong, Dee Dee does her best to help fix it. One thing you'll notice right away is that Dee Dee and Dawn are the only visible characters. All of the other characters exist as shadows on the walls, which I guess makes the game seem more artistic, but it just looks awkward when Dee Dee is interacting with nothing. So starting with the tutorial, you see that you play as Dawn. Dawn is pretty much an acrobat, which obviously makes her ideal for platforming, but jumping and climbing isn't all she can do. She can also shift into walls and interact with shadows. By using the shadows, Dawn is able to get places that would be inaccessible to normal people. This allows her to help out Dee Dee because Dee Dee is pretty much useless on her own. You spend the entire game following her around while she tries to stalk/help her parents. The real challenge of this game is figuring out how to get from point A to point B. Dawn can interact with certain objects to create shadows that she can use to get to the end of a section. You can also make paths to certain collectibles that are scattered throughout the levels. The collectibles are just things like pictures and letters that add a bit to the story. You also have to collect these things called luminaries. I have no fucking clue what they are, but apparently you need them to operate certain mechanisms in the game. But most of the machines only need 2 of them. What I'm trying to say is luminaries are pretty much just there for achievement hunting with a very weak connection to the game. Fair enough, I guess, seeing as how you unlock most of the achievements just playing the game normally. This really is an Xbox Live game. Speaking of, if you can play this game with a controller, play it with a controller. The keyboard controls are shit, and it makes me wonder why they even bothered with a PC port at all. Anyway, the puzzles in this game range from easy to just confusing. I didn't really get stumped on how to complete certain sections, I mostly just had trouble with the platforming parts. It may sound ridiculous, but the 2D platforming in this is not very well done, despite it making up half of the game. The first reason why is sometimes there are glitches when trying to enter the shadows.
What the? How the fuck did I?
The second reason is that you can get stuck in certain parts.
I have issues with this. Fuck. Oh, and now I'm just stuck down here? Thanks.
And the third and biggest reason is because it's too easy to get knocked out of the shadows. When Dawn gets crushed by a shadow, she goes back into the 3D world, and that makes sense. But sometimes she'll get sent out by simply jumping on a shadow the wrong way. Also, in the 3D world, Dawn can climb by grabbing a ledge and climbing up, but she can't do that in the shadows. But I guess that shouldn't be a surprise, given that you can grab ledges, but you can't seem to grab onto the edge of a platform you can jump higher than. At least try to have some consistency. Later on, the game adds another layer to the puzzles by allowing you to carry certain objects, like crates, and move them into the shadows with Dawn. Doing so will allow you to use the shadows or lights to move the objects where you need them. The reason you need the shadows to do this is because Dawn can't jump while carrying something. This is also pretty glitchy, but some puzzles were worse for this than others. I don't know why, but as I played through this game, I just started to hate it to the point of being really unreasonably angry with it. And it's not even that bad, but every time I got knocked out of the shadows, I raged hard.
Fuck.
Even so, I will acknowledge that this game does have some good elements. The story is pretty good, and I like the film noir atmosphere. The game world does look nice, even if I must ask why there are bottomless pits in the middle of a city. or why there are serious issues with gravity in this world.
What the fuck happened here?
I get that it's part of the style, but it didn't really seem to fit. And having the platforming go from 3D to 2D in an instant is a really cool idea. I just wish it had been executed better. I know this review is short, but there's really not that much to say about this game. Well, there might have been more if it was longer than 4 hours, and fine, it's an indie game, but so is Thomas Was Alone, and I got more time and fun out of that one, and for less money. Just saying. I won't say Contrast is bad, because it's not, at least not entirely, but it had the potential to be better than it is. The atmosphere and the story are very nice, but the gameplay is kind of weak and its glitches certainly don't help. It's definitely not worth its full price. If it's on sale though, and you're curious, check it out. If not, don't bother. And that's all for now, and this is gonna be the last time I review a game in this boring-ass room. The next time you see me, I'll be in a new location. A location that isn't fucking gray. In the meantime, if you like, suggest a game in the comments, or you can give me a game on Steam that you'd like to see me review. I'll put a link in the description. No matter what I end up playing, the next review will be posted soon. I promise. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.